aspect on
Cool. Well, just welcome back to the International CYPRX Students podcast, from students to students, just to know a bit more about the ups and the downs from the very beginner or the more advanced students. Just before we start anything, I can see you put your name, so I can call you Eric.
yes.
Give me 2 colors that you like.
Oh, I love gray and I love blue.
All right, I don't have gray, but I have blue.
Okay.
What other color do you like?
I
I
like
have
that
purple.
blue.
You have that? Okay, I have
Yeah, I like that one.
purple, yellow, dark purple, green, pinkish.
Let's do purple.
The light or the dark?
Let's try the light first.
Oh, that's more blue. Let's do purple.
Yeah.
Cool.
Perfect.
I
Yeah. I
set
like
your
that.
vibe.
All right.
Cool. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm really excited to be here.
Yeah, is it? So where
Yeah.
you from? Where you linking from now?
I live in the States. So I live in Michigan, a little
Okay.
outside of Detroit. And I've been here most of my life.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
How's Detroit? How's life over there?
Detroit is awesome. I love it so much. It's so cool. It's come a long way for sure. And I love seeing it now because now it's becoming a little bit more touristy. We just had the
Okay.
NFL. Oh,
You telling me from you telling me from someone who knows states. Tell me like from someone I've never been to states. Okay, I'm from Europe, London. Tell me
okay.
like how's Detroit like in couple words before and now.
Before and now. All right. So before Detroit, like the city itself, it's a really big city. And before we didn't have a lot going on in Detroit. Like we didn't have a lot of restaurants, we didn't have a lot of spots for people to come and visit. And it's crazy because one day I was driving to work and I work down in the downtown area, and I saw that JP Morgan Chase had donated $100 million to Detroit. And so they had like trash cans wrapped with like, oh, sponsored by JP Morgan. And they had banners and stuff. And I was like, oh man, this is about to change some things in Detroit. And within a few years, we started to see a lot more restaurants, a lot of bars and things come into the city.
More cosmopolitan.
Yeah.
Cool. So
Yeah.
you work in Detroit. What do you do? Like what job do you do?
So I work at a car factory. I work for one of the big three. So when you hear people in the States say the big three, that's going to mean either the car company Chrysler, the car company Ford, or General Motors. And so I work for Chrysler. Yeah, and I've been there for
Okay, you're
about
teaching me something cool.
yeah. So I've been there for about 14 years now, which is a long time. So yeah, I build vehicles there.
You see, that's why I love doing this podcast, because now I start knowing about people from the community, and you guys will start knowing about each other a bit more. But
Yeah,
I
that's
know
cool.
someone else who is in the car business.
Awesome.
And at least that's like a common point in between you.
Yeah, and and it's and in this area period, like especially specifically in Detroit, those are probably one of the better jobs that people have here that don't necessarily have a degree or anything like that. They supply a lot of different jobs, a lot of subcontractors and everything. So it's a really good opportunity to make some decent money here.
So you've been in a company for a while and you just made your way through.
So actually, I work on the line. So I actually physically build the vehicles.
No way.
So yeah. So I use a big control arm.
Do they put like spy trackers in there?
So that's a little above my pay grade, but
that's a yes for me. I'm sorry, but that's a yes.
But you know what? It's funny that you say that, because while we used to think those things, now it's more of a norm, because like I can go on my phone and I can track wherever my car is at any given time. Yeah. So like the car that I have, and it's a common feature in newer cars here, at least, like they have maps. So wherever we park, if we go somewhere and we leave our
So
car, we
look,
can.
I'm just always thinking 2 or 3 steps ahead for all the people,
Mm-hmm,
because we live in an untrustworthy environment. For all
mm-hmm.
the people who have problem in relationship and that, can they track them? Can they
So,
track them?
so essentially, they can't if they offer them, the ability to, put their information on their phone. Like, me and my husband, we have Ford vehicles, right? And so I'm on his account, he's on my account,
Oh,
and I can see where his car is in real time at any given time.
insane! That is driving. Oh my
I
god! Oh
know.
my god! That honestly, bro, that's too much. Anyway,
It is. It gets to be excessive. It
it
definitely
is.
does,
Oh
for
my
sure.
god! It never stops. God
Yeah.
bless her. If you can track your partner car, you can imagine what other people can do. But
Oh
anyway,
my goodness, yes.
okay, that's cool. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So how long you been in the community yourself? I saw a year recently,
Um,
no?
yeah. So actually, it's been 1 year. I think May 18th was my 1 year anniversary being in the CYPRX community.
I love how people
Yeah.
always remember the date they subscribed to the
Hmm.
that's mad.
Yep, I
Okay,
put it in
1 year.
my calendar. Yep, I put it in my calendar because I wanted to commemorate that with, just kind of see where I'm at that point in time when it shows up. So
So
it,
so so because we right in the middle of your new year in the
hmm.
community, what did you saw? What have you been watching? What have you
Oh,
been observing?
oh my goodness. The things that I've been observing, the things that I've learned has been so monumental. It's completely changed like just how I think about life. It's completely changed just my aspect on, just on everything that I do, putting my time into things that I don't know how to do and actually taking the time to learn those things. It's everything because it signifies growth. You know what I mean? Like when I
I love
first
that.
started,
I'm
yeah,
like, yeah,
yeah, right,
100%.
yeah,
Yes,
for
that's
sure, for
crazy.
sure.
So, what is the community? Is Cyprus your first course ever bought?
No, it is actually not my first course that I bought. Um,
Unfortunately.
very unfortunately. So when I first got into crypto, my uncle got me into crypto. And he told me about this great asset called XRP, and he was like, you have to do this. And this was his second time coming to me and telling me like, hey, I really think you should, invest in crypto, look into it, get into it. But the first time I was like, yeah, okay,
When
like,
was this? How long
but
ago?
this had to be in 2020.
All right, right.
Yeah, so
Cool.
2020 is when he first told me. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll get into it. But then I never did. So a year later, he came back around and was like, hey, I know I
Yes.
told you about looking into crypto. Have you done it? I was like, no. And so he's like, let me show you something. So he showed me his portfolio and he showed me the growth that he had. And that right there just it snapped a switch. It flipped a switch for
It
me.
clicked.
It clicked because I saw, I'm like, wow, like you can put money into something and watch it grow over time and it actually does something for you. So I was like, all right, I'm really going to get into it. So he showed me a few people, he gave me a few videos to watch, and one of them was Cypress. And so
Mad. Interesting.
yeah, so I was turned on to Cypress a very long time ago, and I watched his videos, and this was when I first was really getting into crypto. So I didn't really understand a lot of the terminology. It was hard for me to follow along. So it just took time for me to get there, and then I started investing. And at first, I started to invest just so I can make money, right? And so once I learned what these technologies are going to do, then it started clicking. I was like, oh wow, like this is really going to change how everything is ran in our world. And so I was like, okay, let me pay a little bit more attention to this. And then I became more interested in the technologies and if it has utility and what is it going to do for me and what is it going to do for people, and just how's it going to make my life easier, and also too, does it really work and can I make some money from it? So it grew over time from one thing to a multitude of reasons. And one day I was just like watching a video and they was looking at the charts and I was like, I have no idea what these people are talking about. Like, what are they saying? Higher highs, higher lows, lower highs. I'm like, RSI, they just start throwing out all these terms. I'm like, I have no idea what they're talking about. But, even with that, it also just kind of hit a switch in my head because I was like, if this is something that I'm going to take serious and this is something that I really want to pursue, then I have to know what I'm putting my money in. And I'm going to work every day. I'm working really hard. So it would be irresponsible for me not to really fully understand what I am doing with my money here. And
that's
so,
really clever because
yeah.
unfortunately in this universe, and even sometimes in the community at the beginning, people are a bit like this, and they're more like just following rather than reading the document and really like going through the oh, you're gone, you're back.
I wanted to clean my camera. I was looking kind of smudgy. Going
through the course and going through everything, and then after, it's really good. So you're really into it. I can see.
Yes.
I can see. So it's very funny because I have a very, very close beginning as yours. So a friend went to into my house for coffee, and he said to me, I invested in Bitcoin and Ethereum, and he showed me a chart. So I know what's a chart, but I was like, cool, right, cool. And then the day after, a couple of days after, same thing. I was like, what's this thing saying? How much you made so far? Blah blah blah. Asked him. He couldn't answer my question. So I start looking online. I start looking everywhere, watching things.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Thanks God, I got directed quite quickly, or my brain clicked quite quickly on like smart individuals who were talking about proper things. But I end up on CYPRX pretty quickly, and I watched videos, and I need time to be convinced. Like I'm always like very, very doubtful, very like very doubtful. So it took me like a good 6 months watching his video on a daily basis. Like, I'll subscribe to your course. Well. Then I took, after 6 months, 8 months, I took the course. Mind blowing. I don't know. Did you take the original course, or did you jump on the Discord, or did you jump on the DeFi? What did you jump to? Because I jumped on the material course, and then he switched to Discord. So I was like, I'm not gonna stay behind. I jumped to the Discord, and then from the Discord they carry on evolving. So they did the DeFi, and then after it's going to the XFi. I don't know what it's gonna be, but I carry on the evolution. I don't mind. I see myself growing. But how did you? Through what did you register? Like through the material?
So I subscribed to the entire course, so the original material. I started there, and it's funny because I was subscribed to someone else, and it was like $36 a month, and so I was really on the line of like who I wanted to follow, and so I did the monthly one, and when I was going through it, it wasn't connecting to me because prior to me joining, I had this subscription to this service called Skillshare. And on Skillshare, they have like, you can just pick whatever genre of whatever you're trying to learn, and it'll have like, tutorials and videos of people. Actually, it's kind of like Teachable. So it's like you can subscribe to course material. Yeah, so I did that, and I blazed through it, and I was like, okay, something else is still missing. Like, like this is outdated. It's not really up to date, but I still learned a lot. I read books. I was on YouTube, and then I joined that monthly course. And in that monthly course, I was learning what I had already learned from the other site. So I was just like, oh, this is just recycled information, right? And so I was like, oh man. And then I had Cypress. And then So much like you, it took me months to subscribe to his service. And so I was just like, I was just going back and forth. I was like, that's, it's a lot of money up front. At the time for me it was. I'm like, I don't really know what I'm going to be getting myself into. I haven't really been seeing reviews, and any reviews that I have been seeing, I'm sketchy. I'm not sketchy. I'm skeptical. So I'm just like, oh, is it going to be sketchy? Is it like, people who are, close to him doing this? And so one day I was just like,
we know the trick.
yeah. So you know what? One day I was just like, you know what? I can't answer these questions without at least trying. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to pay for it. And if if it's not worth it, then hey, I've spent more money on worse things. So, like, let me take the gamble. And I did. And Camille, it's been amazing. It has been, it's been great. Learning the course material. About halfway through the course material, I wanted to quit. It was
Really?
so hard. I really did. It was
What
I
makes
found it to
you
be
wait, don't go too fast.
Mhm.
What makes you want to quit? Because what I really love about the course, and mainly when you started with the teachable, the first course, is the psychology behind it. Is probably CYPRX 2-3 years ago, but even at the time, it's still like so spot on. So,
Yeah.
what makes you want to quit halfway through?
So what made me want to stop was I did not feel like I was um retaining the knowledge the way that as fast as I wanted to. And so like, I was watching I would watch the videos, I would take my notes, and then I would go and look on the charts to kind of do a little bit of back testing. And as soon as those charts came up, I was just like, oh my goodness, it
Freaking
was just
out, like everyone.
overwhelming. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
everyone.
yeah,
I was like, it's so
yeah.
funny because I was watching at the beginning, I was watching the course and I was like, that's it, I got it. Everyone do the drawing,
Mhm.
you do your note,
Yeah.
you listen, everything, you pause every 20 seconds. We all did
Yeah.
that. But then I'm like, that's it, I got it. I got to the chart, I was like, naked chart. I was like, I
Mhm.
am lost. Lost. But
Yes.
that's called backtesting. And yeah. Okay, so
Mhm.
carry on. Sorry, my bad. So yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you
no, you're
freaked out.
fine.
It was
Yeah, so
overwhelming.
it was overwhelming, and I was just like, "Oh, man," like, maybe this was a little bit harder than I thought it was gonna be, and then I was like, "Wait a minute," and then I had to start thinking rationally about it. Where I was at that point, I had learned so much from the beginning. So I had to think about that instead. Don't think of where I was failing, but look at what I was gaining. Like I didn't know anything. And now I can keep up. I can watch other people's videos and like, oh, I know what you're talking about. He said this. I know what to look for. So I had to give myself the opportunity to grow and just really take my time and not rush it. And when you go through that psychology, he says it's not overnight. It's going to take time. You're going to have to watch these videos multiple times. And that was a key point that I really added to my strategy was rewatching videos. And I found that when I watched a video and then I thought about it, and then I would go back and rewatch it. And sometimes, Camille, I would watch videos 3, 4, 5 times. I would think about it, go back to it later, go to certain points that I didn't really understand. And here I am now, a year in, and while I still have a lot of room to grow and a lot more to learn, I finally feel that I've caught on, and I finally feel like I found something that I can succeed at and do for the rest of my life.
I love it. I love it. There's so much. I'm trying to list in my head all the key takeaway that you had from it. Is first of all, is like you wanted to give up, but you questioned it rather than giving up, and which is
Right.
already like a good, very strong mentality. And
Mhm.
you saw all the things that you've been achieving in like 6 months time, probably
Mhm.
just by just watching videos. Because
Right.
I really relate to you because I feel the same. I started the same point. I
Mhm.
wanted to give up. I couldn't understand anything, but you have this little discipline thing,
Yeah.
which prove that you really want to. And and everyone goes through this little click, right? This like, okay, I don't care. I do want to understand it. And to the point that you dream about candlestick. And this
Oh
is,
my
I think that's
goodness.
for me. As soon as I start dreaming about it, I was like, that's it. That's it. It's
Yep.
gonna somehow infuse in my body, you know.
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah.
find that thing. And then now it's exactly the same. Now you can use all the TA that you learn and you understood and you absorb through all the video, the education that they got given to you. And
Yes.
if I'm not mistaken, I understood that in a year you joined the community, you did the course, you are practicing, of course, trading. What are you trading?
I am trading GPB and JPY. That's
Cool.
where I started at, and that's where I'm demoing there. Yeah, so I'm
Amazing.
starting.
That's fine. That's fine. How's that going? Because I can see you on DeFi as well. So I'm sure you're going
Yes.
to be able to do the correlation as someone who is doing the course, but at the same time keeping up with the community and jumping on DeFi. So I'm sure you can understand the link in between both. So
Absolutely.
go on.
Absolutely. The DeFi was a no-brainer. It was an absolute no-brainer. When he put his first video talking about that him and Mr. Aquaman were going to be doing a DeFi university, and then I was sold there. But then when he went on and he showed step by step how to plug in your liquidity, how to get into liquidity pools, I was just like, so I could be making money just doing absolutely nothing. I have crypto that's sitting on my cold storage doing absolutely nothing for me.
And you
And
were
so
expecting when you entered 4 years ago that
yeah.
XRP is going to take off because that was the communal thing. And you 4 years later, you're like,
Yeah. Still waiting, still
where's
holding
that
on.
thing going on?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. So I entered into a few liquidity pools and immediately started earning yield on what I put in. And I was just, that was just more validation, more validation that one, this is real and it's obtainable. I can also do these things. And I'm so thankful for this community. Because I'm the only one. I'm out of all my friends, I am the only one that is into, even my family. No one is invested in crypto. No one is trying to understand crypto. And so, I was telling my therapist, like, oh, I just feel so alone because I want to be able to communicate my interests with people. And so she was like, you got to find a community. Like you got to find somebody. And I found that with you guys, and it's been so incredible. It has been a really awesome journey.
I love hearing that because everyone I interview, everyone is like, this community. Some people didn't try anything before. Like me, I'm a virgin of trading. I started with CYPRX and I will remain in this community for life. But some people started before, and like you, they had like this, oh my God, this is it.
Yeah.
This is my family. This is so that's really cool. My question was, so you seemed like you've been through a lot of progression in 1 year, not just in terms of trading, because I can understand that now you understand DeFi, you understand the chart, you're demoing, so you're constantly active, trying to understand how everything works, which is good. But in terms of like personal, how do you feel like this course or this community helped you?
Well, for one, it's definitely made me realize that I can absolutely 100% do whatever I put my mind to. And it's okay to not have all the answers. I've done so many things in my life to try and find success, and I never saw them all the way through. I went to culinary school. I didn't like it, so I left. I went to school for engineering. I went to school for manufacturing technology. So I've been in and out of school for a very long time, and none of those things like really connected to me until cryptocurrency and further being in this community. So I've learned a lot about perseverance, sticking through something that's hard. Stay with the challenge, stick with it. Yes, you're gonna have some hard times, but if you keep studying, you keep reading, you keep seeking that knowledge, it'll come to you.
You know, when you
Yeah.
speak right now, and no offense, and I love it. I
Mm.
can hear. I don't know why, but I can hear Cyprus, and that's what I love about the course that
Mm-hmm.
they give us. It's not just like read this PDF, watch
Mm-hmm.
people. It's a constant motivational speech because
Mm-hmm.
they know, everyone knows it's a difficult journey.
Yeah.
It's a difficult journey to balance with your personal life, your emotional
Mm-hmm.
life, your
For sure.
social life, your society life. It's just a lot. But the fact that
Mm-hmm.
it's not just him anymore. Now they are constantly backing you up, saying like, keep carry
Mm-hmm.
on, carry on, carry on, keep
Yeah.
your heads to it because it works for them. And I'm not saying, I don't really know personally them, but we're all normal, right? You prove that you're a
Mm-hmm.
normal person. You're busy.
Yeah.
You're working. You have like your
Mm-hmm.
personal life. You have things going on. You work a lot. You
Mm-hmm.
said, right? You
Yeah.
try a
Yep.
lot of things. So hope and faith got a bit
Mm-hmm.
tear down. You know, that's the problem
Yeah.
with us. We tried community. We tried jobs. We tried this. We tried
Mm-hmm.
that. You lose you lose energy. But when you get
Yes.
to CYPRX, it's like a breath of fresh air. You're like,
Mm-hmm. For
I
sure.
am there. I'm finally there.
Yes.
Finally, I did it.
Yes.
And then after it's
Yep.
another journey, but you at
Mm-hmm.
least at the checking point, you're like, so
Yes.
God, that
Yeah.
feels great.
I love that. I love that. 'Cause you're right. It is another journey. And also it makes you think outside the box too, right? So, I work 10 hours a day. And so when I come home, I'm usually really tired. I have to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and
Mm.
I'm usually not home until about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm up and out for a good portion of my day. So when I come home, I'm tired, but I still have to be a parent. I still have to be a husband. And I have other things that are going on in life that, just normal, I got to go cook. I have to cook, feed my kids and feed my dogs and things like that. And so, like, I would stay up so late studying, and I was getting so tired. And that's another reason why I felt like I wanted to quit, because I'm like, it's going to take me forever. And just really kind of just those normal life things that get to me. But, you
But
know,
you're still here.
I, I'm still here, and I found a workaround. So I bought me an iPad Mini, right? Nice, small, portable.
I
I
love
take
it.
it
I
to
love
work
the
with me.
dedication. You know
I
what you're
take it to work
saying
with me.
is very powerful, and that's why I really want to
Mm-hmm.
make this podcast really, really often with everyone. Is
Mm-hmm.
your pain and your heaviness, everyone is sharing it. Unfortunately,
Mm-hmm.
I did an interview, but I didn't press record. And
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot about this interview that we made with this person, where he's working a lot, he's in construction, the same as you, but he found this dedication like you did, because you see the value and you see
Mm-hmm.
how it helps you being free more and
Yes.
more every day. And
Yes.
I like the fact that you're very active on the group chats, on the
Mm-hmm.
reports. So
Mm-hmm.
that shows even more. I mean, that shows everything. You're busy, you cook, you got your family to take care of, you got your dog, you got your work, but you're still very active on the community, you're still day trading, you're
Mm-hmm.
still investing in DeFi. Where do you find all this will or all this energy? Where did that come from?
Oh, so that came from understanding what I wanted from my life, right? So I cannot work until I'm 50. I can't retire at an old age. I don't want to do that. Above everything, I want the most precious thing that I feel like I have is my time, the autonomy over my life. I don't want to go to work because I have to. I have to go punch somebody's clock, take a break when they tell me I can take a break. Camille, I am so over it. Like I have reached my wits end with it. So this community, trading, DeFi, and crypto, that is my way out. That is my way of giving myself what I deserve. And that is a life on my own terms. And then if I can give that to my family, that is just the icing on top.
I love this.
So my will comes from wanting to make it out of this on the other side and say, hey, you know what? I made the right choice. I made the right decisions. And now we can kick back and we can relax and, we can make internet money and live our best life.
With
It's
a
very
great
possible
community, so
with a
no
great
regret.
community.
Can you imagine that you said in one community you got trading, crypto,
Mhm.
and DeFi? Like for
It's
28
crazy.
bucks.
Yeah.
Like
And
that's
it makes me so upset to see people, talk crap about the community or about Cypress. Like, oh, yeah, if you buy his course, then, yeah, he'll tell you everything that you can do to make money in DeFi. And while I understand where they're coming from a place of hurt and they're
of
coming from a
ignorance, of
place.
fear, but
Absolutely.
fair enough.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
still,
Absolutely.
like as soon as you say the word crypto, I'm so sorry, but it's
Mm-hmm.
like it goes with use your brain.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not regulated. So
Yep.
just read in between the line. Just so
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, but that you can't escape because
Yeah.
like I said in the previous podcast, knowledge is not for everyone. Not everyone wants to
Mm-hmm.
learn, and it's understandable. But what
Yes.
sometimes could irritate me is not irritates me, but it's like in the community, go through all the courses before
Mm-hmm.
not understanding something or being upset because I'm pretty sure
Mm-hmm.
you finished the DeFi, have you?
I have not. I'm about 61% done.
Pretty self-explicit, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Straight to the point. It's great. It's incredible. All of it.
Have you
Straight to the
started?
point.
What pool are you in?
I'm in a Algorand USDC pool, liquidity pool
Oh, tell
on
me more about that because I'm trying to get more. I'm just in magnetic and airdrome, so
okay. Yeah, so let me pull it up really quick.
yeah, I love that. I don't know if Cypress is gonna cut that, but it's just help me out. I love those podcasts because I'm learning from everyone.
Oh, it's crazy. So I'm on
Everyone is
Pack Farms. I'm on Pack Farms with my Algorand and USDC pairing. And yeah, so right now I got all this off of DeFi Llama and the other videos that they've just posted, just following along and like, hey, I got some spare Algorand that I can, put into some liquidity pools. So I'm and actually, for me to not be complete with the DeFi course, I'm in 4 different liquidity pools and I've been earning money on all of them. So I have my
So you
Algorand.
are you telling me you're already paying back your membership and even more?
Absolutely. 100%.
Wow.
100%.
I love this. I love this.
Let's see, what else am I in?
You
I'm in
can
H bar.
you take mine now.
Yeah. I am in H bar and what is this?
You should you know what, don't tell me all your thing. Do you mind
Okay.
sharing on the portfolio review if you don't mind on the group chat for
Oh
everyone
yeah.
to
Oh
because
yeah, for
that's cool.
sure.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah, I'll
idea.
do that. Yeah, I'll just put my
Because
portfolio information on there.
DeFi is brand new and the mentors
Mm-hmm.
they're much more step ahead of us, of course, but
Yeah.
it's new, so they're
Yeah.
learning as well. So bring it to the platform. Everyone will learn from it.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
awesome.
What's the last book you read?
Oh, wow. So let's see. The last book that I read, I'm reading quite a few books because me and my husband, we make our son read every single day. It is a requirement. And so I read with him to strengthen his reading skills. So, right now we're reading Percy Jackson, The Lightning Thief, which is pretty cool. But I am reading a book called Set Boundaries, Find Peace. It's about just a book about, having personal boundaries with yourself and those around you. I'm reading this with my book club currently. Let's see,
Cool,
what
you got a
else
book
am I
club.
reading? Yes,
I
I
love
am
it.
in a book club and it's been great. Yeah, I think those are the only 2 that I'm reading right now. But I have read Cypress's book. I ordered his book when it first came out. I
I
pre-ordered
think
it.
you
I
registered to
read
the
it.
yeah, you registered to the
Yep.
course when the book came out.
Yeah, yep. Yep. So I read that, and actually, I'm about to read that again and put it in rotation again because there are some things that I definitely need to work on, and especially because I'll be taking the next few months off of work, which I am extremely excited about, and so
Make the money,
I
the
am.
DeFi money.
Oh yeah, so I'm about to go full speed ahead with finishing DeFi and back testing and just making sure I get stronger on these charts. And I'm
I
super
love that.
excited.
I love
I
that.
am I'm
All
I'm
right,
very excited.
I'm gonna ask you two questions, and then
Hmm.
I'm gonna let you go. If you
Okay.
have something to say to someone who is not yet registered to our community,
Hmm.
what would you say?
I would tell them to take the leap, get into this community. If I can do it, and I know this is so cliche, but if I can do it, anybody can do it. Like this is something for any and everybody to do. I did not believe in myself coming into this community. I did not think that I would come this far. I didn't think that I would be able to understand and pick up on the lingo and all the terminology, the technical analysis, the fundamental analysis. And I am here as living, breathing, real person, 9 to 5 proof that if you stick with it, you can achieve this. You can do it. It is incredible. I feel like I am not alone anymore. Even though I have never met any of you in person yet, I feel so connected to you guys. Like I can literally jump in, the general chat and ask a question, and people are, "Hey, try this, do that," and that's a testament to what Cypress has built here because he genuinely wants to help people, and you just don't have a lot of that around anymore. You know, you don't have people out there that really genuinely just want to help people. And for the people that say, well, if he genuinely wanted to help people, then the course should be free. No, there's no way. There's the amount of work that these people put into this, the hours that it takes to make these videos and to break these things down and
And
to take
answer all
time
the
and
questions.
all the questions, answer, just the amount of Zoom calls we have. Like I came into this thinking it would be one Zoom call a week.
Ah!
We do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Zoom calls a day. A day, people. A day, Monday through Sunday. This man does not sleep. This community does not sleep. I wake up
I
at 3 o'clock in
love
the
it.
morning. Camille, I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and the
Go, sorry.
first thing I hear when I get my phone is boo doo doo, and the Discord is going off. And I was like,
Dude,
these
you know
people
what? There's
never sleep.
something I'm so sad about. Not sad, but like the fact that I live in London, I'm very
Hmm.
like the time is very.
Yeah,
I have 9 hours differences with California, right?
right. Because
So
it's like
I
9
miss
o'clock there, right?
everything's happening when I sleep. So when I wake up,
Hmm.
it takes me like a good hour going through general group chat, DeFi group chat, DeFi
Yeah,
resources, PDF, what's new, what's new. There's a
yeah.
Zoom there, there's a record there. I'm like, I've got the whole day booked up, babe.
Yes, yep, booked up. It is all with crypto. Like all my friends know when they call me, they ask me what I'm doing. I'm like, you know what I'm doing. Like, oh, you're catching up on your crypto videos? Absolutely. It is a daily thing. Like this is everyday life for me now.
I love the, you know what, bro? If you carry on like this, because you went through your first phase of like, I'm not gonna make it.
Hmm.
Self-esteem kicked in a little bit more, right?
Hmm.
Like you're on the good way. Like keep it like in
Yeah.
habit. It's in habit.
Thank
It's in
you.
habit. Sleep
Yeah.
with it. Like
Hmm.
you're on the right community. You're on the right track, and you got the right
Absolutely.
mentors. So on that point,
Absolutely.
we're sorted. We're squared. If you
Yes.
had one thing to say to the mentors or to Cypress, what would you say?
Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you because you created something where people can change their lives, and all they have to do is sit in front of a computer and study, keep that mind, keep your mental together, because that's been the biggest hurdle, is keeping your mental together. So just thank you for everything that you do, all the time that you take to create what you create. It's greatly appreciated, absolutely. And you see it every day. You see it absolutely every day.
Unfortunately
Yeah.
for them, I mean, yeah, of course they do see it, of course, and they focus more on the positive. But
Yes.
yeah, as a mentor, they have to, even online, to be able to attract new people like you, to save new people, save new souls. They have to go through a lot of hate or ignorance, and that might be very difficult. And the bigger you
Yeah.
get, the bigger they become. You know, as well.
Yeah.
So your words, I'm pretty sure your words were gonna go straight to them hearts, because they're not doing this for money. We can see it. 28
And you can
pounds.
see it.
You can see it. You can see it. It's written. This is not a fucking money thing.
Yeah, for sure. And I was thinking, I'm like, hell, I think I spend more than that on coffee a week. So $28 on a DeFi course, that's going to make me money. And as soon as I entered into my liquidity pools, instantly it's like, oh yeah, you're accruing interest already. I'm like, this is incredible. Like, you can't beat it. Yeah.
I love it. And the thing, for me personally, the main takeaway is like, very difficult to find people like-minded individual. And I felt the exact same thing as you when I joined this community. I felt, like I always walked with my luggage, with my suitcases with me. And I finally be like, boom, this is it. I can drop my suitcases and I can start growing from there and let my roots grow and get stronger,
Yeah,
So
incredible.
it's an incredible community, and I'm so happy to do those podcasts because I have to meet you. So now when I see something in a group chat about you, or you see something about me, we know. Do you know what I mean? I know, we know, and people will look at your interview, so they will know about you, and everyone's gonna talk. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's great. And so before we leave, I will say
Go on,
this.
carry on.
When I first started in the community, I said to myself, I swear to you, I said, one day I am going to get interviewed by this community. Like, I'm going to stick around and I'm going to be one of the people that they interview for this community. And so now that has come into fruition. So that's incredible. So now my next step is to become a profitable trader and, get interviewed by Cyprus. Like that's the next step.
Wait, I'm gonna put Cyprus on this podcast.
Okay.
I'm gonna interview him. You'll see.
Okay, that's gonna be awesome.
That's so cool. Do you have any question or any comment that you want to make? Anything?
Questions. I don't have any questions. Comments. I will just lastly go out by saying, people, if you're watching this, you got to do this. Like, you have to. If you care about the space, if you care about crypto,
if you care about yourself,
if you care, yes, absolutely. And if you just want to create the best possible future for yourself, you take the leap. Take the leap. I would have I would have regretted so much not doing it, one, or two, giving up when I wanted to. I would have regretted it. And I'm so very thankful. Yeah. So this is
and you know what? I'm proud, and I'm sure everyone who's going to watch this interview is going to feel related to you, because you're not alone in this journey. We're all going through the same up and down.
Yes.
And I'm so happy that we have great people like this in the community.
Yeah. It's great.
So Cyprus is attracting great people.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
This is great.
Absolutely.
This is great. And it's just the beginning.
And that's the crazy thing to even think about. Like, this is just the beginnings. Like, how large is this going to get? Like,
I'm sure they're going to create another course about something else and something
else. Absolutely. And I'm going to be right there.
Well, you're in. That's it.
Yep. I am in. Yep.
Good. All right, bro. I wish you a very lovely evening or afternoon.
Yes, it's afternoon here. Yep.
Thank you for your time. Very much appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you. This was incredible. I really appreciate being a part of this. So thank you, and you have a wonderful night.
You too. Bye.
All right. Bye. See you around.
Ciao. See ya.